Welcome back to Lawn Dude Unearth, where we like to dive into whatever topic comes to mind each and every week. Every week we have an installment on mental health because it's important, man. You got to check on your people. You got to check on your people and have your people check on you. It is important, man. It's important to me that we continue to have discussions on mental health because it's just not talked about enough. Now we're going to cue the intro. Welcome back to Lawn Dude Unearth. Whether it be afternoon, evening, night, morning, doesn't matter which time of day it is, man, or night. I just appreciate you listening to this podcast per usual. No, I say that every week, but it's because I really do appreciate it. I don't care if it's two people out there listening to my podcast. I just appreciate it because I'm out here trying my best to, I don't know what the word is for it, man. I guess I would say uplift, and just provide really the background in this business. The background, being a family man and trying to balance everything out. The background, being a man of God. The background, being a husband. Background, being a father. You know, I say all those in no particular order, but it's just so many things that aren't talked about. Mainly being a family man and a man of God while also maintaining a business. Because nowadays, as you notice, majority of people that you see as successful, they've either been through a couple divorces or are single. You know, there are some people that are successful that are married, but they don't talk about it. They don't give out the free game, the truth as to how it is. And what they don't tell you is that it's not always sunshine and rainbows, but you just gotta have strong faith and will and determination to keep moving forward. So as I dive deep into this conversation, man, I got to ask, did you check on your people, man? Did you check on your people? And did your folk check on you, man? That's just as important as checking on people is them checking on you. Because you go through things as much as, everyone else. That's really what I've been talking about. This, whole 2 minutes that I've been talking. We go through just as much as everyone else, man. And again, that is why I am on this podcast right now talking. It's just not talked about enough. It's not talked about, how do you deal with mental health? It's not talked about how do you, try your hardest to balance out schedules, to not only be able to provide for your family, but be able to be there for them and with them in each and every situation that you're able to. Coming from a background where I had to just kill it each and every day on the clock working for other people, where I had to kill it each and every day working for myself when I first went full time, I've really learned the fact that I much prefer to be the guy who works smarter. And that's really what it's been the last couple of years. I've been looking at ways to work smarter. Now, what I would say isn't smart about the way I've been trying to go about it is I've been willing to go into business debt to the best way I could put it is buy back my time. I know some people listening to this right now that's going, man, what does he mean by he buys back his time by going into debt? Well, I'll go ahead and explain that to you, man. So I buy back my time by getting equipment that makes the job go a lot faster. Like I do a lot of wide open, properties when it comes to mowing. So I have a 72-inch mower that also has the dual wheel package on it. So that speeds me up on hills. So instead of weed whacking the whole entire hillside, I'm on that thing. You know, another example, I have a ride on aerator, a stand on blower, mini skid steer. All these things are to speed things up for myself. And yeah, I would sit here and be the first to tell you that getting in debt is not the best thing to do. But it makes me happy that I'm able to speed up time. I'm out here solo doing the work of a 3-man crew. How do I know? Because I used to have 3 and 4-man crews. You know what I mean? And the amount of work on these commercial properties, people look at me all the time and say I'm crazy. They don't believe that I'm actually maintaining myself. But I can tell you right now, it's facts. I'm getting them all done. I'm getting all the work done. And believe it or not, some of them I'm getting done faster than I was with crew because I have bigger and better equipment to buy back my time when it comes to these services, when it comes to taking care of these, and I'm less tired. So my kids have a game, they have a practice. I can go to that without sitting there being dog tired and or not even able to make it because I'm still out in the field working. So it's been a blessing. Although once again, I'm not a fan of being in business debt like that. But I feel like I've leveraged the business debt to buy back my time and to increase what is being brought in. Now, what I will say is getting equipment, getting business debt, that does raise that bottom line up. It definitely raises it up. So while your top line is raising up, that bottom line is raising at the same time. So best advice I have in that situation is to pray over it. If you have a spouse, talk to your spouse about it. Make sure you guys are both on the same page. And make sure it makes sense. Some situations are going to be scary. I know for me, every time I make a decision to pull the trigger after, praying on it and talking to my wife about it and seeing where her thoughts are with any decision I'm thinking about, especially when it comes to investing. It's scary. It doesn't matter how little it is, how small it is. I am Mr. Let me overcalculate and let me overthink everything under the sun, man. That's just me. That's how I am. And I must admit, it gets scary every time. Every time. There's no time that's less scarier than the other. But you have to, it's part of growing, part of life. So this week, I guess what I just talked about really is buying back your time while leveraging debt, really. Some people are blessed enough to be in a situation where they're able to cover everything with cash. I was in a situation where I was getting things with cash, but if I'm being completely honest, it was for equipment that was second, third, maybe even fourth hand, and same with the trucks, same with the trailers. And one thing I can say about getting new stuff is you can get warranties, you can kind of get guarantees, and if you're a guy like me who rents on their own things, if I'm working on something that's brand new, I'm gonna keep that in great condition. But if I'm working on something that belongs to somebody else, they might have dogged that piece of equipment, and now I got to come in and I use it and not know the history of anything, and things could be breaking left and right. So my thoughts on this have changed a lot over the years because I used to always be a big proponent for let's go use, let's get this used, let's do this, that, and third. Then I started getting commercials where they expect you to be there all the time. They don't want to hear that your equipment broke down. They don't want to hear your truck broke down. They just want to know when you get their service done. That's all. That's all it is. So, what are your thoughts on leveraging debt to buy back your time? Because everybody's thoughts on this is different. And please make sure that you check on your people, man. Please make sure you check on your people, man. Please make sure you check on your people. And I hope that your people check on you. For real. Because what we go through on a regular basis isn't easy. How we handle everything on a regular basis isn't easy. Being strong and going through this grind on a daily basis isn't easy. Keeping your faith strong is not easy. Keeping your stress level down is far from easy. But doing your best, easiest thing in the world. Being present, whether it's physical or, being present in spirit, easiest thing in the world. Sometimes it's the little things, man. Sometimes it's the little things that those close to us that love us remember. And that's where I'm at with it. But that's all I have for this week, man. Keeping it short and sweet. Y'all take it easy. Y'all be blessed. And I do apologize that this one is coming out later than what they usually do. But y'all take it easy. Be blessed. Peace.
Thank you for listening to Lon Dude on Earth. We talk about all kinds of things here. The good stuff, the tough stuff, and everything in between. If you like the show, please give us a 5-star review. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Thanks for tuning in, and have a blessed day.